Hey guys, I'm Gia Marie,
I'm Vanity.
and welcome to Girl, Shut the Fuck Up.
See that fully? I'm so sorry.
It's okay, sister. Your voice.
My voice is still not back. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. We weren't counting on it.
It's the moans. They do it. They switch you up. Girl, shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. Well, welcome you guys. So today we have a really special guest on the podcast. He is a Houston native, and he goes by Alejandro the Barber. Y'all make some noise for Alejandro. Welcome in, Alejandro.
Hello.
Thank you for coming.
No, thank you for having me.
You're so welcome. So you go by Alejandro the Barber on Instagram, correct? Or
I go by Star.
okay, so Star.
Alejandro
the
Star,
Barber.
yeah.
Okay. I think that's Alejandro's on Facebook, correct?
Yeah.
That's
Girl,
right.
you giving his whole life is killing me right now.
What? Y'all can follow him on Instagram.
Yeah.
So give us a little background. How long have you been transitioning?
Transitioning, I've been at least 6 years. 6 years going.
Wow.
This year will be actually 7.
Nice.
This year will be actually
Congratulations.
7. Thank you.
Can you talk to me about the early stages of
Lord.
you before the transition and what really? Yeah, let's start there. Talk to me about the early stages of before your transition.
The early stages, okay. Early stages were very difficult because, as for anybody taking any hormones, it's like you're putting this medicine in you and you have no idea what today could bring you, next week can bring you. It was almost like hitting puberty at an older age, but yet,
Wow.
Yeah.
it was rough.
It is intense.
It is rough. It gets intense. There's times where I was depressed, and there's times where I was angry. And then also too, you have all these built up energy, pent up energy. You're like, okay, I gotta do this. I gotta be on the move. Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Hours that would go by, and I'm just like, whoa, dude, this is ridiculous. I gotta do something. I had to hit the gym. My appetite went up. I was getting really buff and everything. I was like, okay, this is cute. All right,
Wow.
let's see where it goes. Then all of a sudden, within the 2-year mark, my beard started growing in. So I noticed that I started breaking out. I had acne. I'm like, what is going on? And the doctor's like, you're about to grow a beard. This is the phase where we're telling you everything's about to happen. Wow. Your voice is about to drop.
My heart fell. Oh my god.
But and then a lot of people tell me too. They're like, you went through a phase where we didn't know if you were female or we were male, because you still have feminine features, but you don't have them at all. Like even when we before transitioning, I never had female features at all.
Okay.
So you didn't have large breasts? or
No,
anything?
not at all.
Wow.
I was always an athlete. I was in boxing and MMA. My parents were very strict on me doing these things growing up.
Oh, my dad would have loved you.
Too bad she hates her dad.
Too bad I hate him. Yeah.
So are you post-op, pre-op? Have you had top
I
surgery?
have not have no surgeries, no top, no bottom, no nothing.
Do you plan on
I'm trying to do my top surgery. The only problem is that with my schedule working as a barber, it's just the fact that I have to put my arms up sometimes, and that's the only thing that I'm worried about. Then it's the downtime as well too.
Yeah.
So the downtime on it too, I think it's sometimes some people tell me that a couple of days they're fine, they go back to work. Some people tell me a week or two.
Are you still on testosterone
Yes.
hormones right now?
Mhm.
And you take them weekly or daily? Weekly. So you're doing the shot?
Yes.
I love the shot.
Well, I have to say, you look amazing. You're
You
extremely
do.
handsome.
I tell him that all the time.
You are so handsome. I was like, wait, I got
Oh, this girl sees me all the time. She's
I
like,
know. I see him all the time out, and I'm like, you smell so good.
Yeah, I love that for you. I just love when we just go in. You know what I mean? We know what we have to do to put. You remember on season 1 when we were having this conversation about it wasn't necessarily exactly. It was when we were talking about stealth and stuff like that. And JK, it was when we were talking about basically the not trans enough. Remember, it was an episode, and you had said something that at first I was kind of like, this bitch is just so demented. Like, oh my god, the way she thinks. But you know what? Living my life as a trans woman, it's so fucking true. You really do have to put in the work to be taken serious in the way that you choose to present yourself. And nothing has ever struck me more true than that when I started living my life as a trans woman and just everyday things. I used to sometimes not go to work with makeup on, and it would be it's the first thing that they clock. You know what I mean?
No,
and now every day, bitch, you won't catch me with a little
without it.
stubble, without the makeup.
Do you feel that same way, Alejandro? Where you feel like you have to put effort into transitioning, or do you kind of just leave it up to time hormones?
I mean, as far as I guess because with me it came kind of naturally. Like I said, I never had any female features, none at all. So the one thing I will say was the gym. I actually did have to do some type of cardio, some type of thing, just to keep me going, proactive. Like you can't. It's just like if you go to get a protein shake, you can't just take a protein shake and just sit at home. You gotta like put in the work.
Right, right. I saw a video of you online a while ago, and I think this video was from. You sent it to me. It was a video of you, like early days,
With my
and
mom.
when you were like in barber school.
Yeah.
And you had like your haircut and everything. So did that like start early on for you, like in high school? Like, did you start cutting your hair then, or?
I honestly started cutting my hair. I think it was like my junior, going to my senior year. I cut it all off. I just had enough. I couldn't take it anymore.
What, did you have long hair?
I had long hair all the way to my ass.
Oh my God, very Mexican of you, I'm sure.
Okay, that's what I wanted to get into. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
But that's what I wanted to get into because, okay, great. So you didn't really have prominent like female features. But I want to dig deeper a little bit. So like, tell your ethnicity. You're Mexican.
I'm not. I'm actually Cuban Puerto Rican. I was
Okay.
actually adopted at when I was like a week or two.
Wait, you were adopted?
Yes, I'm adopted.
Oh wow.
Oh my God. So did you grow up with an ethnic family?
I grew up with a white lady from Memphis, Tennessee. Was very Mexicanized, and then I have my father who's Mexican. He's actually from Aguascalientes, Mexico.
Not Aguascalientes. I love that restaurant. No.
She hungry.
No, I'm totally joking. Well, their salsa does
like that
hit.
tea.
But no, I wanted to ask that. Well, first of all, thanks for sharing that. I didn't know you were adopted.
That's really sweet.
It's because I know for us, like growing up in Mexico, any ethnic household, and being trans. First, you got to deal with the whole. Before I go there, actually, did you have the gay phase before you were trans?
Yes, I had the lesbian phase, and my father thought it was a phase. Like he thought through this whole time. I said, "Sir."
They always
Yeah,
fucking do.
They
always
always
think
think
it's
it's
a
a
phase,
phase.
yeah.
But there's that machista mind. Like,
Did you give them the excuse? Did you tell them that you were bisexual first before coming out as lesbian?
I told him it's the benefit of the doubt. I did tell somewhat my mom, and she kind of knew. But my mom made a comment when I was younger about gay people, and I shut down. I said, I'm not saying
Oh
nothing.
my God.
I'm not saying nothing. So,
Well, she said she called them punks.
so probably around 14, 15 years old, I finally came out to her, and this was a year before my 15. I did have a quinceañera too. And yeah, so when I sit there and told my mom, I was like, oh shit, either I'm gonna get kicked out, or something's bound to happen. But no,
Something's going down. Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy. So you were 15 or 14 when you came out?
I was 14 when I came out.
So then, okay, so you had like the lesbian phase, and then so that was obviously its own like little speed bump. Then going into becoming trans. So you said you started transitioning out. What year was it?
Like 2014, 2015, somewhere around there.
Were you still at home yet?
No, I was already on my own. I was already on my own.
Okay, so then go ahead.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
How do I look?
You're giving like 29.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're giving me like a 28, 29.
I'm 32. I just turned 32.
Wow.
Wow. When was your
I
birthday?
mean, I'm not
October
that
28th.
much. I'm not that much younger than you. A couple years, but
Well, how old are you?
I'm 30, love.
Okay.
30,
Yeah.
30 and thriving.
Absolutely. You know what I mean?
You
Absolutely.
don't have to do that. I promise. The show will still go on.
Stop.
Read or no read.
So you're 32 and you came out when you were 14. So you started transitioning 2014, you said?
Somewhere, yeah.
Something like that? And how did your parents take that?
So my mom was the number one supporter. My mom, even though I'm adopted, and then she was older. My mom's way older. My mom died at 70-something years old.
Oh, wow.
So my mom was actually like, when I told her, she goes, all right, well, set the appointment. I said, okay, let's go. It happened to be around the month of my birthday, so we actually went, and she's like, all right. The nurse actually had the needle to my stomach, and she goes, and I'm terrified of needles.
Oh, no.
So my mom sat there, and she's like, well, let's go. I'm like, oh, shit. So then all of a sudden, she just goes, sits there, and she just, boom. I'm like, did you just really just stab me with this needle?
Yeah.
She's like, we're doing this. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, it's like when I started transitioning, I first started on the pills and then I switched to the needle or the injections because they work faster.
Yeah,
but thankfully, I'm not afraid of needles, and
You get over it.
Yeah, my mom she's taught me how to like give shots and stuff. So like, it was easier for sure. Where do you stick yours? You stick yours in your stomach?
No, I actually do it on my ass.
In your ass? I used to do it in my thigh. I do it in my thigh because it's like I've heard that it hits the bloodstream faster. So I do it in my thigh because it's like
Problem with mine is just because I don't really have a lot of fatty tissue, and then I'm hairy. So
Yeah.
I learned when I did it in the stomach 1st, I had an ingrown hair that actually went in the needle. So that bruised up and everything. Then the doctor's like, "Yeah, it's better to do it like
do it in your butt.
Yeah, it's better.
Jeez.
It's better because you're standing as a barber. You're not sitting down, so it'll go away within a couple hours."
Okay.
Oh wow.
So okay, so speaking of you being a barber, were you already transitioning when you decided to become a barber?
Yes.
How was that? Because I
Oh,
know,
Lord.
yeah, I know that like being around men or like cis men and whatever, I know that has to be difficult. So like,
Yeah, please. This is
How-
what I want to know.
how
Oh my
was
God.
that for you?
It's still to this day is rough because I do have customers that come in on the regular and some that were even kids and then now they're like grown adults.
Wow.
And the problem was that they'll see me and I was barefaced, I have nothing, and then my body figure changed, my voice changed. I'm like, "Hey bro, I got you. Who are you?" I'm like, "Star." No, come on. Did you do something different? And you don't want. It's very hard because you don't want to turn your personal into business, and you don't want to tell your. You just don't want to
Yeah,
do that, and it was very rough. I actually got into it with a barber there at the shop because of the fact I was going through these major transitions. He picked on me left and right. You look very gay. If I should tell you something, I'm like, "Bro, why are you messing with me?"
That's wild.
Yeah, I dealt with that for about a year and a half, and I told the owner, I was like, "Look, dude, I'm about to leave. I can't deal this hostility," because he's for the trans community too. And I told him, I was like, having somebody degrade you and kind of like do this to you, and you got to be this. I mean, like, just because I'm trans can't mean I can't like the color pink.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know what? This is a PSA to everybody out there. Let it the fuck go. A color is a color, baby. Jesus Christ.
Clap that team.
I hate that for you. I hate that. I mean, obviously, it's just disgusting in general.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're in a predominant area where you have nothing but cis men, and
Well,
you have
I was gonna say the industry that you're in is, I mean, that's like basically all cisgendered.
right, and not only that, but I mean, it would get to that point where they were taught because they didn't know. Some of these customers that I have, they don't know that I transitioned. They don't know. They just thought, okay, bareface, he probably grew out his beard.
Yeah.
So then they'll start talking about gay people, and I'm just over here thinking to myself, oh my God.
Wow.
Like, I'm cutting them. I'm just like, you know what? I have to hold back and not tell them too much, but at the same time, I don't want to lose my business at the same time.
Yeah.
But I just tell them, okay, I just kind of cut the conversation and switch to something else so that way they know I'm uncomfortable and they know that, hey, don't talk about that in here. Because I have it right there in my shop. This is an LGBT community.
like safe space.
Oh my
I love that. You know what? That baffles my mind too. Here's the thing, because my thing is like, first of all, before I go into this, as a trans man, because I know within the trans girl community, like we were just talking about earlier, there's a whole thing, passable, not passable. It's the same thing for trans men. So, like, for me personally, even though I don't really believe in this system, let me just make it clear on every fucking camera. I don't really believe in this system, but I would consider you passable. Like, you definitely are giving me like cis man,
For sure.
which if that's your goal, love that for you. I hope it's not though. Well, I lost my question. JK, I'm coming back. So my thing was,
Let me catch that.
yeah, for you being like a possible trans man, you obviously like you deal with that type of stuff. Like people feel so comfortable
All the time.
Like cis hetero people feel comfortable around, well, at least to their mind, another cis hetero man talking shit about like a community that has nothing to do with their lives at all.
And it's crazy because even Piero from Ripcord, for this whole time, he thought I was a straight guy just going into the bar.
Really?
Had no idea until I got on stage and Adriana LaRue brought me on there, and that was a wrap. Piero, everybody was just like, whoa, I did not know.
You know what? I think honestly, I don't remember the time that I found out that you were a trans man, but what I can tell you is that I didn't know that you were a trans man when I first met you. I didn't know that. And I think it was Adriana who told me that. She was like, yeah, he's a trans man. And I was like, what? It's so, okay, I mean, agree with me or not, but I feel like it's, for trans men, being passable is so much easier than it is for trans women. I mean, in my opinion, because I feel like you, as a trans woman, you go from like this big, broad man, and you have to like shrink yourself a little bit, and you have to like, soften your body and like, get rid of the hair and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Versus for trans, I mean, I'm not saying that the struggles are not equally as hard, because I feel like we both equally face our own struggles.
Yeah.
I just think that for like trans men, being passable and non-passable is it's just not here or there because I mean, it's fairly easy in my opinion. How do you feel about that?
I feel like it's kind of equal because I've been around other trans women. I've been around a lot of them, and I'm just like, okay. There was one. I'm not gonna lie. She was really pretty. Up until she started talking, I said, yeah, your shit went down to. Her personality was, I don't need hormones. I don't need this therapy. I don't need this. You know what? Why am I here? I'm like, you look too pretty to be acting this way. And
But sometimes it be those bitches. And then, baby, I'm sure she needed. I bet them toes were big as fuck. Baby,
she was tall. I ain't gonna lie. She was tall. She
you
was
need
tall.
a little moan here and there.
But I was like, damn.
Bitch, injected in
Not
that
the
toe.
Not the most hoping the size of the foot.
That just
child.
gives me pick me, baby. You're still a tranny.
But I told her, I was like, you're too pretty to be acting all this way. And then she just kind of stood back. I said, I'm sorry. I'm going to tell you like it is. Like, and then she's like, what are you doing here? And I'm like,
Oh wow.
what, really? I'm like, I'm a trans man. She goes, no way. I'm like, yeah.
Wow.
Oh my god. So did you hit her?
No.
Does the word tranny offend you?
No.
Okay, good. Because I use it.
Me
pretty
too. I ain't
often.
even gonna hold you.
It depends on where the area is. Now, if I hear something derogatory out of line, not in Montrose or not I'm gonna say something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say something just because of the fact that I went through that phase where I was just like stuck, where I didn't know am I male, am I female, because at this point I'm struggling myself. You're transitioning with me, I'm transitioning with you. It's hard.
That part.
Yeah.
That's a real thing. I think we haven't even touched base on that, and I'm glad you brought it up because transitioning, although it is for us, it's also for everybody around us too.
Absolutely.
And I think that to me, up to now where I've been, not to make it about me, I know this is your episode, but that to me has been the hardest part about transitioning is like, I guess just, I'm just kidding. It's just the being like the bridge between the people around me, like for them transitioning with me as well. Cause like my family has been very good at like, assimilating to like my new like name and my new pronoun and pretty much everything. But like, they have their slip ups and like their slip ups to me hit different than like a stranger's slip up hits different to me.
Oh yeah, of course.
Cause it's kind of like, it takes me both ways. Like it takes me like, oh, I feel so bad because like I feel like I'm like diminishing this person that they grew up with, and like I feel like now like they feel like they're walking on eggshells around me, and that was the main thing that I didn't want. And then again, I'm also like, oh, like are you fucking kidding me? Like you just can't get it. Like it's this like constant battle, and that really is a lot on the mental. And I don't know about you, but me personally, and you let us know too.
Yeah.
Me personally, like I deal with like my own mental health on like myself, and that takes me to a completely different like bottom. It just
of
takes
course.
me to a
I can only
completely
imagine, yeah.
Because it just it
I don't know.
hurts, but it like it also it's like validating, but it hurts, and then it hurts that it validates. Like it's so many things at once.
Honestly, if I'm being honest with you, I think that I don't give. I try not to these days and anymore. I don't give like power to words or to people in their words because I feel like that is what affects me the most. So I like
Take it with a
words
grain
like
of salt.
tranny and like queer and faggot and all that. Like I don't give those words power because I refuse to allow someone to hurt me with those words or to make me feel some type of way. And it's the same with like being misgendered. I mean, although being misgendered is not the most comfortable thing to deal with, but I'm not gonna let it affect me. I honestly tend to just let it roll off my back because there are so many bigger issues that I have to deal with in my own life, and I'm not gonna let someone's words affect me with that.
I agree.
Although I do to this day, my stepfather, he'll still call me by my dead name, but that's because I mean he's like an old Mexican man who just I kind of just like give him the pass, and I don't really. Sometimes I'll like answer back to him, sometimes I don't. It just depends, but I just don't give it so much energy to it because I don't want it to make me angry, and I don't want it to make me upset. I'd rather focus on other things that are more productive for me. And that's not to take away from y'all.
No, absolutely. I think I was just gonna say I know. Sometimes I hate that like we unfortunately do have to make that sacrifice of like what deserves our energy and what doesn't, because I feel like I don't know, maybe this is just demented to me, but I feel like energy and respect are in the very same lane.
Yeah.
And like it's not even about you. It's not even about me giving the energy. Like don't fucking call me. That's not my name. But it's like you clearly don't respect me as a person.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I really have to just be in the mood to read you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really have to be in the mood to, like, want to go back and forth with someone. I can't, like, I could pop off at everything, but what's the point in doing that?
I mean,
I really have to just be like, you know what? I have some time right now. I'm bored.
Like, let's
Let
not
me read this.
pick the
And then, like,
let's-
I'll go in and, like, we can go back and forth all we want.
Lord.
But for the most part, I don't take what people say serious. I take everything with a grain of salt. And unless you're, like,
That's how
paying
it's
my bills
thick, mama.
or signing my checks, I'm not
Hey, them
really
bitches
worried
don't
about
mind
it. You know what I
it.
mean?
Yeah.
Okay, wait, but because we didn't hear your
Yeah.
thought about it. So same thing for you. Like, do you agree? Do you think it's like do you think it's like hurtful but also not hurtful? Like, talk to me about that.
See, and I guess because I'm not really close to my family at all, and
Okay.
even then, like they kind of have a slip up and stuff, and I tell them right away. I'm like, her. I was like, her is gone. I'm like, it's he, him, his. I'm like, I'm not. My dead name, believe it or not, it's a very messed up name. I've never been called by those two names. It's Maria Alejandra, and I said those two names.
You're
have
brave
never,
for saying your
You
dead
are so
name.
brave. I would
Because
never.
I would never say
I
my
would never. I would never.
Yeah, that was my name. But the thing
Yeah.
about it, I have never been called by those names. The only two names I've been called growing up is Alejandra and Star.
Where did you get started from?
So I used to be a professional dancer doing quinceañeras, choreography, stuff like that. But I never looked very female, so they would use me as a chamalan. So the girls knew. They were like, you know what? He stands out. We're going to call him Star because he's the only one that stands out of the guys.
Wow.
Dude, that is so sweet. I love that. for
I
you.
love that.
So ever since then, I just kind of carried the name, and then teachers started carrying the name. Everybody, I was like, why did y'all name me these two names that I don't go by?
Okay, mom.
Right? Like you gave me a whole cleaning lady's name, and then you gave me the
Baby,
no.
trust
You know
and
what?
believe.
If I told you guys I'm gonna tell you my middle name. It's wild.
It is, go ahead.
My middle name is so funny. My middle name is Nino. Like in translation, it's little boy.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, in Spanish, it's so I was named after the Santo Niño de Atoche. Do you know who that is?
Oh, Lord.
He's the saint. He's a baby Jesus
Yep.
saint.
Dude, Mexicans
So
kill me.
let me tell you the story because it's a crazy story. So tell me why my mom was pregnant 4th time. I'm the youngest. I'm the last one. She really wanted a boy so bad. She prayed to the Santo Niño that like if he gave her a boy, she would name him after him. So she prayed and prayed and prayed. So when I was born, born a boy. So she kept her promise and she named me. My middle name is Nino. And when I found out that, when I got told that story and then like I came out as gay and everything, I remember I would joke around with my mom and be like, dude, he fucking ripped you off, dog, because you did all that praying and naming your
And
child
look what
after him
happened.
and look what you got. You got
His ass was yawning.
So this is such a crazy, that's my middle name. And I think it's so ironic that I'm a trans woman and my legal middle name is Nino.
That is. I wish I had a great story like that. I sound like I sell chickens. So I would never talk about that.
Yeah, no, my dead name, like I'm telling you, I never went by Maria. I never
Yeah.
did. I never went by Alejandra. Only when my mom was mad. You know, when your parents are mad, they
Yeah.
call you
By your full name. Yeah.
And I'm sitting here like, did you just really scream at me?
Wow.
Yeah.
But then when I told my mom, I was like, look, I'm gonna go by the two names that everybody knows me, Alejandro and Star. Alex, everyone calls me Alex from my parents' side.
Okay.
And then Star has been stuck with me since middle school.
Wow. Well, lucky you.
Okay. Okay, so really quick, you said you were adopted. Have you met your like bio family yet?
No, when I transitioned, I made that decision that that's over with.
Wow.
That's done. Yeah.
What a turn in the book. You know what I mean? Like
This gives
like
me-
a whole like a transition and a whole new like decision.
From
in
what I
life.
was told, my mom, as soon as she found out that I was adopted by a white lady and a Mexican, stars ran in her eyes. Like, okay, this he has money. And then again, they thought, okay, you have a girl, so she's been looking for me, but I don't want to look for her because once she found out I went to college and
you're doing good for yourself.
yeah, she saw, okay, he has money.
Oh,
So I was like, all right, you know what? Bye.
That's what it is. Yeah.
That's so. I was just gonna. I mean, not to wrap it up. This is a time show, right? So, I was just gonna ask you. You give me a lot of mystery. When's your birthday again?
October 28th.
Scorpio.
Oh my God, you give me a lot of mystery.
I
You
live.
obviously love privacy. You obviously love a good. Clearly, you love a good mystery. The bitch is the kid the one that got away. You know? I love that. So October 28th.
Yes.
What year was that?
91.
91. Oh my gosh. Do you identify a lot with your Scorpio like trait?
In a sense, yeah. Some friends have told me they're like, but you're like the sweet Scorpio because we are assholes. Like,
See, I hate when people say that. You're like this, you're like that. Girl, please give it up. These motherfuckers got it in them. You just gotta bring it out of them. That's
What's
it.
wrong with you?
No. I'm not saying you in general. I'm not you in particular. But with every sign,
Again, pick the right time and the right day, and it'll just happen.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. These bitches got it in them. You just gotta pull it out of them.
Okay.
Okay, today's Astro Fact is another submission from you guys, and you want to know why Cancers are the superior sign. I hate to break it to you, babe, but you're not. But I will tell you a little bit about yourself. So, as we know, the Cancer sign is ruled by the moon. So you're a natural nurture. You have a really good high intuition. Your emotional state is, I'd like to think, is very compromised. I think it's a beautiful thing, but I do think it holds you back a little bit. I do want to point out that being a Cancer man and being a Cancer woman are two completely different things. And you submitting this, you're a Cancer man, so I will say immediately it screams mommy issues. Sorry about it, babe. You're the Cancer, not me. I will say that you do understand the power of femininity, which is a beautiful thing because a lot of the times I think women look for a man who definitely is more, I guess, in tune with her. Somebody who's not like a looker, somebody who's not so much like boastful, somebody who really just like cares about his home, if that makes sense. However, being the fact that you do understand femininity, I think a lot of the times you guys tend to run into infidelity because you just are so drawn to the power of women. So that's why I said mommy issues, because I think a lot of the times, well, all the Cancer men that I know, every time I talk to you guys, you always hate your mom but love your dad. It's giving like weird, but who am I? Cancer women, on the opposite hand, tend to, I think, well, you know what? In general, Cancers are the gaslighters of the zodiac. I think because you guys are so in tune with your emotions, sometimes you're the victim the entire time and no one else can feel how they feel. Whether that's angry or sad or happy or whatever the fuck, you don't let them feel the way they want to feel. And that's your bad. However, I brought that up because Cancer women, because of that issue, you tend to pit yourself against other women, and you're the ones who make comments about other women, and you stop the power of feminism, and we hate that for you. Anyways, you guys have really raw emotions, which is super successful in having a family, and I think the last thing that I want to say about Cancers is that you guys both love to take up space, especially with like your close friends. You guys' close friends are really, really important to you. So overall, Cancers, you're the mother of the zodiac, whether you're a man or a woman. However, you have to handle your own issues. Let your demons be yours. They're nobody else's. How are you when it comes to boundaries? Like, are you a strict person? Are you loose with this?
It depends. It really depends on the person because I go based off a vibe. You can be the ugliest person in the room and I'll probably find you attractive.
Oh.
Well, yeah, but that's the water in you, though. Unfortunately, you have empathy.
What's your type of? I'm so sorry to cut you off.
Fine.
What's your
you
type
do
of?
it all the time.
Like, so, I'm assuming you are what? Like, what are you attracted to?
Oh Lord.
What's your type?
Are we talking guy or are we talking girl?
Oh,
wait.
Wow. So you just opened the door to
Gag.
everything.
Wait a
I want to
minute.
know it all.
Hold
I want to
on.
know it all. So, okay, you know what's okay? Really quick. You know what's crazy? When I found out that trans men still have sex with like gay men or cis men or whatever, I was a little mind blown about that because I didn't see that to be a thing. I was like, they're trans men. They're obviously wanting to be with a woman.
And you've always been around pussy, so. Well, I mean, he was a chamalan, the fuck.
So, okay, so I would assume you're bisexual then.
Yes.
Okay,
Wow.
you're a bisexual trans man. And what's your type for both genders?
Female, very feminine. I obviously wouldn't date somebody who's
Fat?
No, not masculine or like dykeish, studdish. I wouldn't go for
Yeah,
that.
you're not for the.
Yeah, because girl, that punks kill me. The studs take me out.
Okay.
That's why I transitioned because I said I'm not going through this in my 30s and look. No.
Thank God, baby.
So then, guys, it's more masculine.
Okay.
Why, since would I date somebody who wears makeup and?
So you're not into like the ultra feminine boys with like the nails and the makeup and
No.
lashes and stuff.
I talked to one.
Uh-huh.
One, and I said, it's a no for me.
Why?
It's a no for me.
No offense to the femme community.
No offense, but it's just like, why am I more masculine than your ass?
Because you want to be.
Right, that
That's the point. That's the point.
But-
Okay, I mean, I get it. I mean, it's all preference here, so I understand.
Preference is a real thing.
It is
Just,
for
you know,
sure. Because
watch
I'm
it
not.
out.
I mean, I'm not into like feminine voice
Yeah,
or
me neither. I
feminine
don't have
guys
no
either.
problem.
I'm not.
Not only that, but it can be a fight too. I'll be over here like, I was just telling you. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they get really feisty.
I know, and they start clapping the nails,
Yeah,
and
the
I know.
nails.
Yeah, but that's the thing about guys too. Like, oh my god, this is what's my problem about guys. Is that these motherfuckers, and I swear everybody else in the room can agree or disagree, I don't give a fuck. Guys have this thing that to them, if it's little, and that's just it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and girls obviously have more intellect, more empathy and emotional like things towards it. So I hate when guys do that. Like when you start clacking their nails, let them be, baby. Just let them be.
I mean, I think in certain situations it kind of matters.
What?
It
Like,
depends.
I mean, I guess.
You can be
I
the
mean,
biggest
you
person in the room,
can't-
but they don't know how to work it.
Yeah, and you can't tell me how to feel, dog. If I want to clack my fingers, I'm gonna clack my goddamn nails. You're not about to tell me like
I
you're
disagree.
doing too much, or that's how I took it. I'm sorry.
Dude, this. Oh my
You just-
God.
get
She
on-
like always wants to be against me.
No, she just loves being like a victim. No, I'm just joking.
What?
So have you been in a relationship with a guy and a girl?
I was in an open relationship actually. I had a girlfriend and I had a boyfriend.
Wow. At the same time?
At the same
Yes.
time? Did
You're
you ever do a threesome?
lucky.
Huh?
Did you ever do a threesome?
Yes.
Dude, we're
Dude,
gonna
I'm
have to have a
jealous.
So before we wrap up really quick, we wanna play a game with you. It's called Is It Giving TS or CD? And I'm gonna show you a couple photos, and Vanity and you and I will all give our votes of whether you think it's giving TS or CD, okay?
Lord.
Okay. Let's see.
This is like one of our favorite parts of the show.
Yeah, so this is like my favorite part of the show. I love playing this game. I just have to choose which photo.
Go ahead.
Let's see.
And like we always say, it's a light-hearted game, everybody. Please don't take it serious. It's either if you're giving woman or a cross-dresser. That's all we're talking about.
Okay, Alejandro. Is this photo giving you TS or CD? And then we'll put it up on the screen so you guys can see the photo. We're not going to be stingy.
TS.
TS. What about you, Vanity?
Let's see. She's cute. This is definitely giving me TS.
So you guys, I mean, I would agree she is giving me TS, although the flat chest is giving me a little CD.
Yeah.
But-
it is a little CD.
For the most part, it is TS. Her name is Artemis. She's a new queen on the scene.
She's so cute. Oh my
She's
god.
really cute.
She's kind of like an Olivia Rodrigo.
Is she?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I could kind of see that. Last one. Is this giving you TS or CD?
TS.
CD.
Do y'all want to vote? Anyone?
Off camera, everybody.
Anybody? Okay. I'm gonna vote TS for this photo, although it is she is CD. She's definitely a cross.
It's giving it. It's the strong jaw
You think so?
and the pointed. Yeah, I mean she looks great though.
She
It's
does
the
look
animation.
good.
It's the filter. It's the filter for me.
Oh, clock that T, not the filter.
filter. All right, not
Jeez,
too
my sister
bad.
just trying to do her best.
Dude, I had
You
literally-
asked for it. Hey, no shade.
I love the honesty. And again, like Randy said, it's a lighthearted show, so don't take anything serious. We're just here to laugh and have a good time. We want to thank you so much for coming, Alejandro. It's been a great time getting to know you a little bit. I got to know you more than I have. So it's better getting to know you in this setting when instead of like me being drunk at the bar, just being a fucking
like
Or-
usual.
okay.
No, seriously though, thank you so much for coming on the show and sharing
Thank you
your
for having
story. It was
Yeah,
really
it's really
insightful.
cool.
And now we can finally say we have a. Never mind. Obviously, finally have a trans man on the show, but that sounds bad.
What do you, why?
Well, let them know where they can find you.
Yeah, give us your Instagrams and like all that good stuff.
Okay, so I'm under Galaxy Creations. It's actually Galaxy_Creations with a K. And then I'm off of 290 and 34th. There's a Starbucks and Luby's. It's been there for years. Off of like right next to the Academy. So I'm in there. My suite 407. So
Period.
Do you have an Instagram?
I do.
Tell us the Instagram name.
Galaxy_.
Oh, you literally said that.
Galaxy
was like,
underscore creations.
My bad. And guys and girls.
Yeah,
he's
so
into
you
it
cut-
all.
You do it all.
No,
What about they them?
I don't do styling and stuff like that. Just barbering.
Just barber?
Wait, what about? Are you into they thems?
They thems.
Depends on what they look like.
The face.
Right, that part, yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. We appreciate you so much. You know where to find us. So, dude, let me talk. If you're not subscribed yet, definitely subscribe to the channel and leave a comment below.
Thank y'all. Bye.
Girl, shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.